just so you know, I'm going to go on mute here, but I'm going to hit go live in exactly 3.
I feel like we just got Wayne's Worlded.
I didn't get
3. And that's how we start going live on Facebook. So thank you all for joining us for the show after the show. We had a wonderful Adapt and Thrive Mastermind tonight. And with us is our lovely Rose Pierce of Rose Pierce Portrait and Just Add Color, of course. So Rose, I would love if you could do a quick introduction of who you are, how you help people, and feel free to tell people how to find you online. And then we'll dive into the meat and potatoes.
Awesome. So my name is Rose Pierce, and my business is Rose Pierce Portrait. I also have a second brand for my children, pet, and families, which is Just Add Color Photography. And what I do is through Rose Pierce Portrait is empower women through their own beauty. So I do that with transformational portrait sessions where they come in, have hair and makeup done. We transform them and then photograph them. And it is very empowering for women to see themselves and to have beautiful images of themselves that they can touch and have and hold and pass on to their loved ones. So, you know, because a portrait is timeless. So that's what I do. You can find me at rosepierce.com or justaddcolorphotography.com. So there you go.
Awesome. Perfect. And we'll have those links down in the comments, or if they're not in the description, we'll make sure that we get those down there so you guys can go check out Rose Pierce Portrait. I just saw a really hilarious text come in from a friend of mine, but that is not what we're here to talk about. So Rose, as we kind of wrap up every session, we always come back to the group after we do our breakouts, and we lead with what we all took away as the value. So your specific breakout room had a bunch of value, but I want to give you the opportunity to kind of share with everybody who's watching now, watching the recording. Maybe they're interested about joining the mastermind, but they're kind of on the fence. What's the big piece of value that you would really take away from today? And then would you give us sort of a promo and ask people to join us for the mastermind? It's a sneaky way to get someone else to do my advertising.
True that. So value today. Well, I mean, I get some value every time. I tend to be one of those people that I am more quiet when I get into groups, whether it's in person or on Zoom. And so when we break out into the breakout groups and I get asked direct questions like, how can we help you? You know, sometimes it will be intimidating for me. And I let other people start first. So, and the value in letting someone else start first, it starts getting my mind clicking and going. And not only am I getting great information from them, you know, and from them in the sense of someone else giving them ideas to help their business, but then it's like, oh yeah, I need that information too. Today we actually, in terms of me, I came in a little bit late, so I missed some of that really good stuff. But one of the things we talked about were Facebook groups and creating a Facebook group for your business. And most businesses can create a Facebook group, you know. I mean, I think even restaurants and stuff, you know, that have like a big following. And I have not created it yet. So I'm a little behind the 8 ball, and people have been calling me out on that. And then it came up today. And so I've got to get on that. And
yes.
And I don't have to do it alone. That's the other takeaway was, you know, there's people that, you know, get a couple different people that can help post and keep it lively. And I think sometimes I tend to be one of those people that just is like, I can man the whole ship. I can do it. You know, I can do it. And I.
Yes. You're the typical solopreneur.
Mm-hmm. And not always what I want to be.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's one of the biggest things, and Brian and I have talked about this for many, many years, is that we really kind of struggled with giving up the reins and thinking that we had to control everything, when in reality, it's like you're doing all those things that you don't specifically need to do, A, because it's not really what you're best at, and you can hire someone that is much better at it, and B, it's not the most important thing you should be doing. Yeah, it needs to get done, but it's not the most important thing you as the owner And especially in your position, you're the only one that can currently actually take the pictures. So you got to be doing that.
Exactly.
So I love that as your takeaway. And so I'm going to take this to heart, and I'm going to challenge you, Rose Pierce, to start your Facebook group. And then before we all jumped on the Facebook Live, Rose was running some very successful Facebook ads several weeks ago, and she turned them off because she got too much business. She had other things going on. And so coupled with that last takeaway that you had of bringing someone in to help, I'm going to challenge you. And I'm doing it live on Facebook now. So it must be something that we have to hold true. The universe is telling us it must happen.
Right.
Work with someone to offload all of the onboarding stuff and get those clients coming in, turn your Facebook ads back on, build your Facebook group. I mean, I'll even jump in and help post and be in the group. You can hold me to that. I'm volunteering my time for your Facebook group. So that's a wonderful takeaway. Now, as I asked you earlier, if you would please just invite people to join. And really, I guess in that sense, what I mean is, would you invite other people like yourself, business owners, individual operators, if they are interested in learning more about this, would you invite them to join? Would you encourage them to join the mastermind? I mean, it is free, and we do it every week. So.
Yes, and I actually have talked to people about it. So eventually,
wonderful.
People will hop on because they're very interested in it. So, because the nice thing about local links also I like is that, I've been in other masterminds, and masterminds are great and they have their purpose. And I'm always open to them. But with local links, I like that we break out into the small groups after, having like a key person speak, and you're not always with the same people every week. So that's a nice thing, because when you're not always with the same people every week, you have more of a potential of hearing new ideas and information, so that's what I like about the whole breaking out thing.
Awesome. Wonderful. Thank you again, Rose, for sticking around for the show after the show. It's always lovely to speak with you. And I was a little upset that you weren't in my breakout room this week, but I'm glad because, as you said, the diversity gives us some new value. So I'm very happy that you got some really good takeaways. And yeah, so everyone, if you're interested, come join Local Links. You can go to adapt.locallinks.online and register for next week's show. Episode, mastermind, that's the word I wanted to use. You can register for next week's mastermind. And for those who are maybe on the fence, we do a pre-show some weeks when we all have time. But we always are starting to do this after show. So if you can't make it to the mastermind, then just tune in and you get to see some of this value that you can participate in each week. It's absolutely free. All we ask is that you come join us. And if you love it and you find it valuable, we might pull you into one of these things to do a show after the show. But more importantly, we just encourage you to help share this with others and invite more people in to be in the mastermind, because as Rose said, it's very valuable when you're in with different groups of people every single week. So you get some different perspectives on the problems or ideas that you might have to workshop within the mastermind. So thank you again, Rose. For anyone who wants to get in touch with you, why don't you give that shout out again? How can they find you online and get in touch with you? They want to do some work with you.
Awesome. They can find me on Facebook at Rose Pierce Portrait, just that color. My website is www, I guess I don't need to say that, right? rosepierce.com. And my pet, children, and family photography can be located at justadcolorphotography.com. And I am still doing my 50 over 50 campaign. So when you know someone, a woman who wants to be photographed and talk about her story, who she is at this point in her life, over 50 years old, get a hold of me. I'd love to have a conversation with you. So it's a beautiful project. So thank you.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Rose. Have a wonderful rest of the evening and weekend, and we look forward to seeing you next week. Bye, everyone, and we'll see you hopefully all next week on the Mastermind.
Yay! Just do it!
Best promotion.
We're off.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much, Rose. Really appreciate it.
Yay!
So
thank
great.
you.
Yes. Now hopefully you've got dinner waiting for you at home when you get there.
Hopefully, or it will be ready soon. And then I have one more Zoom meeting today. Can you believe it?
Oh my goodness.
The opening of that is
You're a popular
probably one of
lady.
the best we've ever done. I happen to see it on Facebook because it's you guys going.
Honestly, that was you, because you said 3 and then you went silent, and thankfully Rose knew exactly what I was talking about with the Wayne's Worlding. It's like, I think we got Wayne's Worlded.
You
And it was
guys
like
totally
3.
did the Wayne's World so perfectly. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good.
my head went right to Wayne's World.
And that's why we're wonderful together, Rose.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Awesome.
Okay, well, thank you guys so much.
Rose.
Great. And
Yes.
guess what? My battery just said low, and so it's time to go.
Perfect timing.
Perfect.
Timing.
Perfect timing.
See you guys
All right,
next
thank
week.
you again. We'll see you next week. Bye,
Thank
Rose.
you. Bye.